Hey guys, it's been a while since I've been back from Sri Lanka where I got engaged, and I thought it'd be nice to have a debrief of the holiday but also talk about the engagement and some future plans that we have. And at the end, I wanted to unbox two Skullpanda boxes that I got at the airport, so I bought one each on the way there and then on the way back. We kicked off the trip in Mirissa and we stayed at this gorgeous hotel. I will put the name down below, but I would definitely recommend it. The people there were absolutely fantastic as well, so helpful, so accommodating. And we stayed in the sunset room, and that was so beautiful. Of course, you're kind of around a lot of nature, so there are a lot of sounds and birds, making all sorts of sounds. But I mean, that's part of the fun, in my opinion. So hopefully that won't bother you. But again, you're going to Sri Lanka, so you are going to have a lot of nature wherever you go. So keep that in mind. But it is a beautiful island. And in Mirissa specifically, we chose that because of the beach. So we went snorkeling with the turtles and also we went surfing as well. We didn't get much footage of either of them. The turtle stuff definitely didn't get anything because obviously we're in the water and I just wanted to enjoy the moment. I didn't want to bother about underwater footage or anything like that, but it was absolutely incredible. Like the turtles were actually swimming very close to you. There were three turtles in total when we went. I was actually floating around in the water like this, basically just very buoyant, because I was worried that if I was swimming or moving or anything, or even standing like that kind of vertical in the water, I would hit a turtle or something because it was so close, and they would literally just swim like right underneath you. And it was so cute when they come up like for air, like you would see the little head poking out in the water from the water, and it was, yeah, very cute. It was an amazing experience. Like we truly recommend it to anybody. There were also other fish around, and I wouldn't recommend doing this, but I couldn't help it. Basically, I was looking at the fish and everything, and then in my head, of course, I thought of a shark just popped into my head, but we didn't see any sharks. My cousins did go somewhere else and they did snorkeling as well, and they saw a baby shark, but I mean, it was safe for both of us, so both groups, we were fine. For surfing, we had a lesson because it was our first time and we had an instructor each. So we were kind of doing our own thing at the same time from kind of far away a little bit, because my instructor specifically, he was very aware that I was quite nervous. So he was making sure that I would catch like the smallest waves for beginner friendly, So that was nice of him. Whereas Alex's instructor, I think he was pretty high and also was hitting on everybody, including me. Actually, he was talking to him about how beautiful I am and all that. But anyway, that's something else. But for him, he was more the adventurous and just go for it type. So even if Alex was like a beginner, he was just going for like the big waves as well. So you know what, kudos for him, he did it. And actually both of us were very impressed with each other because we were still kind of looking at each other from afar, and I could see that he was also standing up on the board and managing to do that quite a few times, and then he saw my little wins as well. And yeah, we were both very impressed and very happy, and it was again an amazing experience. We definitely enjoyed some cocktails throughout the day. I mean, I definitely did. I had some pina coladas throughout the day, and then for the evening we found a restaurant right on the beach and we got quite tipsy. Actually, no, we got drunk. So that night turned out to be really wild. It started off really mild, just enjoying some drinks and food right on the beach, see the sunset, and then also when it was dark, the staff put some torches, I guess, like put some things on fire on the beach. And I did ask what the purpose was, if there was a reason, and they said that it was just for aesthetic, which I appreciate because it was very nice. And then there was a pool table, so me and Alex started playing, and for some reason he decided to have double shots of whiskey as well. So here we are drinking whiskey. I was ordering margaritas, he was having his beers, and yeah, in the clip I was definitely very tipsy on the way to being drunk. And we also met a group that was having a work party there, and we became friends with them. So I was talking to the girlies, he was talking to the lads about the actual engagement. So they themselves said, oh, you should definitely propose in Ella, which, spoiler, he did. Yeah, that was quite nice as well. It was a very fun night. I think that was my favorite drunk night together. Not going to lie, the next day I did feel very rough, but it wasn't so bad because we were just checking out and then traveling to Ella. And in Ella, we stayed at this treehouse hotel, which I chose because I thought it would be a nice experience. Although I think I underestimated how much I would be paranoid about the insects. And to be fair, I think I handled it quite well. It's just the fact that we had a bit of a problem with ants in the bathroom, especially like all over the toilet, and I was not sitting on that. Even Alex understood that. So we did have to call the manager, who is I believe it's like a couple owned business, or the family owned. So they literally live like right next to the tree house. They have their house there and they're close by. So any problems, they're like literally there to help you. So it was very nice and helpful and sorted out that issue. Even though the ants stayed for the rest of our stay there, it wasn't an issue because at least the toilet was clear. So that's okay. I can tolerate that. The treehouse itself was actually very well made and felt secure, and it was actually beautiful. So I'm still glad that I did that experience. I'm just not a very big fan of camping, or insects. So I feel like if you're that type of person and actually you're worse than me, then maybe stay away. But if you don't mind stuff like that, then definitely go for it and try it at least once in your lifetime. The main activity that we did in Ella was a whole day trip by tuk-tuk. So I planned for a tour guide to come and pick us up from the hotel and then take us to basically all the spots near Ella. So we started off with the 9 arches, and that was very nice. It was pretty, incredible to see the structure and everything and how busy it was. And of course, the train is like a big attraction there as well. But we specifically didn't want to do it especially because it's so crowded and it's quite hot there. And me and Alex just don't like crowds like that. So I'm quite glad that we were on the outside and we just saw the train go by, even though when me and other people had a good position and we were all settled ready for like filming or whatever, the train coming by, this one guy just decided to be the main character of his story and just don't give a fuck about anybody else, and just kind of went like on this little hilly bit just so it could be right in front of everybody taking videos and stuff. And kudos to you. You don't even have a camera, you just wanted to see it with your eyes, but literally, why did you go in front of everybody? So that was a bit annoying, but it's okay. Things like that happen. So it was still a nice experience. And Alex tried Tembele for the first time, which I remember that I didn't like when I was younger. Like all my siblings as well, like my brother and my sister, we would actually like cringe at the thought of it, and my parents would kind of prank us by giving us a glass of water and telling us it was water, but it was actually Tembele, and we would be like yeah, and run away from it and whatever. But actually I tried it again like now and it was fine. So that just shows that your taste buds change. But yeah, Alex enjoyed that as well, and it was actually quite refreshing for him. After the 9 arches, we went to a tea factory, and that was quite fun because it wasn't just like an educational thing, it was also a practical experience because we had the tour of the factory, but also we picked our own tea leaves in the plantation bit, and I was more concerned about not falling down the hill whereas Alex was like trying to help me, but at the same time going off and be like, we need to pick more tea leaves, we have nothing. And yeah, we were not good at it, not gonna lie. We did not pick many leaves, but that's okay. We didn't need to rely on those to make our own tea later on, so that was okay. And we went to this room in the tea factory, and they showed us how to massage the tea leaves so that it would give the flavor that you want. So the lighter the massage, the lighter the tea flavor, and the stronger the massage, or the harder the massage, the stronger the flavor. So we kind of went for one each. So I went for the lighter one and he went for the stronger flavor. So that was quite good because then we got to see like the difference. And I was talking to some of the Sri Lankan aunties there. I say aunties, but they were obviously just very nice Sri Lankan ladies. And because once they found out that I was also Sinhalese or I could speak Sinhalese, they would just kind of stand next to me, and we were like massaging the tea leaves together and just having a nice chat. So that was quite nice as well, and that happened pretty much anywhere I went. I had like nice conversations with very lovely people. Everybody was very nice everywhere we went. So that's something that I will definitely say about Sri Lanka as well. And Alex would definitely say that Sri Lankan people are very hardworking as well, and that's what we found in our trip. But going back to the tea leaves, so after the massage, we had to wait because they were drying in the oven or whatever it's called. And in the end, we had a tea tasting, and it was nice to see like the difference, especially after we learned about it and stuff like that in the process, because we went through obviously each room in the factory and see the process and everything. It was a lot of tea. It was a lot of tea, but it was a very fun experience. Definitely recommend it. And that brings us to the waterfall. And on the way there in the tuk-tuk, Alex kept looking at me and calling me beautiful. So I feel like I had a bit of an inkling that something was going to happen. And what definitely gave it away was the fact that when we were in the waterfall and we had a bit of a walkabout and stuff like that. So we decided for this waterfall, it wasn't the main Ravana waterfall. It was like a more hidden one. So there wasn't actually many people there or any people at all. When it was just us and we were just walking about in the water, he was like, oh, let's give the phone to the guide, and he can film us going into the water and with the scenery and stuff. And that was a giveaway for me because Alex hates being on camera. Like he would never like purposely say, oh, let's film something. So I feel like I could tell something was happening there, and he almost didn't do it because he saw these Sri Lankan boys coming down like the rocks by the waterfall, and they just kind of stood there and sat down and just chilled and just watched us, and nobody else was around. It was just us, the guide, and those Sri Lankan boys. And but in the end, Alex was like, you know what, that makes him authentic, let's just go for it. So yeah, and he proposed there and he gave a little speech. It was very romantic, very nice and very sweet. You can't hear it because of the waterfall, but trust me, it was very nice. And I was surprised of how nervous he was. He was like, literally when I held him, he was like almost shaking. He was so like rigid, but yeah, it was beautiful. I couldn't have imagined a better place, honestly, and I'm so happy. And I love my ring. It's a peppermint green sapphire with some diamonds on the side, and then it's got like olive branches on either side. And he said that he chose that design just to kind of tie in my Italian side as well. And so I feel like that kind of hit everything. I've got my British fiance now. I was gonna say boyfriend, my British fiance, who we got engaged in Sri Lanka, and my ring has a bit of Italian as well. So that was nice. I feel like it just ties everything in, and it's very me. Actually, I forgot to mention that before the waterfall, we did go to Adam's Peak, and we went for the skywalk instead of the stairs. And actually, I think that was like the worst option between the two, because just the netting itself, having to like hold on to it, keep balance, and it is still quite steep sometimes. It was difficult. It definitely took out all of our energy. So we definitely didn't take that on the way back down, but it was still an experience. We thought, why not try it? And it was still very secure, so don't worry about that if you do want to go for it. But obviously it's still a net in the air, so it's gonna move a little bit, but again, it's very secure. And at the top, it was quite nice to see like the mountains and everything, and it was quite breezy there as well, so that helped a little bit. And on the way back down, we went to the beach club as well, because we definitely needed some refueling before carrying on and going to the waterfall. So I had this fish that was baked in a banana leaf, so it was wrapped in the banana leaf and it was baked that way, and it was absolutely delicious. Also, one thing I will say is that the whole trip I just kept having vanilla milkshakes. I don't know what it is about Sri Lanka and vanilla milkshakes, but I just absolutely love them. I think it's because they use like milk powder in them, but anyway, yeah, definitely try it. From Ella, we went to Kandy, and that's where we stayed. But we actually, for the activity, we went pretty much everywhere and closer to like Sigiriya Rock. It was like a day tour again, and this guide was absolutely fantastic. He was a very hardworking family man who had some health issues, so we tipped him quite well, and he was so grateful at the end. But definitely recommend him. I will put down his information down below if you want to also have him as a guide. He was absolutely fantastic, very knowledgeable, very nice, accommodating and everything. So definitely recommend him. For this tour, it was a mix of temples and also the Sigiriya rocks. So we did start off with the Hindu temple, which was very colorful, and then we went to the paintings. Basically, it was like a cave temple, I want to say. I literally can't remember the name at the moment, but I'll put all the information and things on the screen. But this was absolutely gorgeous to see. So basically there were like religious paintings in these caves, and there was also like these statues, and it was absolutely incredible. So it was quite the contrast between the Hindu temple and the cave one, but it was incredible to see both. We also saw the golden statues and the Golden Temple as well, and that's part of the cave one. So you can kind of walk down and you see that as well. And we went to Sigiriya Rock, obviously, and that was quite difficult because it was so hot. But honestly, the breeze was like the saving grace. It was so nice, and actually, it's not as tall as I thought it would be. I feel like just because me and Alex do a lot of hiking in general, and we've probably done worst hikes. I feel like it wasn't so bad. I think it was just the heat that was taking it out, like literally before you were going up the steps and you were getting a bit of altitude and the breeze. But other than that, it was absolutely incredible. Again, it was nice to be at the top and just seeing just nature everywhere. It was absolutely beautiful. We actually went to Sri Lanka because of my cousin's wedding, so we planned a whole holiday around that. So the way I did our itinerary and stuff like that was I planned for all the activities and just to travel around Sri Lanka and experience all of that just between the two of us for the first week. And then the last week was just for Colombo. So for that one, I didn't plan anything. I just basically planned for us to get there and then the way back to the airport. That was it. So we just kind of went with the flow and just chilled out and still did our own thing, but also enjoyed some time with the cousins as well at the wedding, and then some other family functions after that before we had to leave. So that was quite nice as well. And definitely the next time we're there, we'll spend more time with the cousins because I did get a bit of FOMO, not gonna lie. But I definitely wanted to make sure that Alex would have a good experience for Sri Lanka and actually get a feel of it, because the last time I was there, I was a child, so it's not like I independently went to all these places. I think the only ones I probably went to was probably Sigiriya Rock, and that was again with my family when I was a child. So it was quite nice to experience that as an adult, and especially with Alex, who's my adventure partner. So yeah, and it was going to be his first time in Sri Lanka as well, and actually taking a very long flight, which he did do quite well at actually. I mean, his butt was hurting from sitting for so long, but that was okay. In the end, I feel like he took it like a champ, so that's all right. And we flew with Qatar Airlines, and we had one stop in Doha each way. So just FYI, in case you're interested. I will also link down below the sari that I wore because the seller was absolutely lovely. I bought that from Etsy for very cheap, actually. I definitely recommend it. A lot of people complimented the sari because I feel like it was quite unique as well with the pattern and everything. And the green definitely matched my ring, even though I didn't tell anybody about the engagement up until after the wedding because I didn't want to steal anybody's thunder. So I didn't actually get to wear the ring, but mentally and in my heart, I knew that it was matching. Overall, it was an incredible holiday, of course, and very memorable. Alex actually told me that he was thinking about proposing for over a year, and he was thinking maybe he will do it for my 30th birthday in May, but actually doing it in Sri Lanka made more sense. So I'm glad he waited because it was absolutely magical and perfect. As for future plans, of course, I started looking at some wedding stuff already, and I'm just trying not to get stressed about the finances because having a big family, of course, I want to try and invite as many people as I can, but that just means that the price keeps going up and up, and yeah, it can be quite stressful. So I'm just trying not to think about that, just kind of taking it a bit slow. But the main focus for now is for us to move into a 2-bedroom place. So we think we found one, and stay tuned for all of those updates. But that's basically what we're doing so far, just kind of having some wedding stuff in the background, but mainly focusing on the move first. But that's basically it. So that's kind of like the debrief of the holiday and some little mentions of future plans. But I guess now we'll just do the unboxing of the Skullpanda. But if you got to this point, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye! Starting with this one, I think I would like any of them, to be honest. I don't have a favorite, and it'd be interesting to see what the secret is as well. So I'm not very good at unboxing, I don't think. It's not like I do it very often, so we'll see how that goes. Okay. My camera died. I think my phone is just overheating because it's so hot, and I think I need a new phone, not gonna lie. But this is the one I got, and it is... which one is that? Sorry, it's not even in frame. I think it's the Out of Mind, the first one there. So yeah, that's very cute. And now just kind of a bit of a contrast. I think for this one, I don't mind any of them, to be honest, again, but I think the merchant, the anti-gravity, the duality, and which one? The disguise and the pivot. I think those are my favorites, so we'll see if I get any of those. Ooh, let's just assemble that and then I'll show you how it looks. So how did this? I don't actually know how to put this on. What? That didn't go together. So this one goes here. Where do you insert it? So there's a hole there. There's another top. Interesting. Let me just do it this way so that I know where it goes. Oh, okay. I'm just being an idiot. I'm so sorry. It just goes this way in. Like that. I'm honestly like the worst person to do unboxing, clearly. And then this one goes on the hat. There you go. There you go. I got there in the end. And I just, oh my god, you can take, oh my god, you can take the face off. I thought I broke it for a second. That's so awesome. This is my favorite, absolutely. Look at it. Oh, that's absolutely amazing. I love that. I mean, yeah, this is cute, obviously. But come on. Sorry guys, I lied. This is not out of the mud. It's the spinner cocoon. So that's what it is. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this little unboxing as well. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.